FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.
Welcome. You are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I'm Kerry Lutz, and man, I just can't get enough of these online marketing shows. You know, everywhere you go, you are bombarded with ads, with emails, with texts trying to get you to sell online. And you know, in most cases, it's going to be too good to be true. But one person I know I've worked with for over 5 years now, and he's shown hundreds of people, probably up almost into the thousands now, how to do this thing, how you make money online, marketing products. He's amazing. He's a legend at it. He's sold millions of dollars in products and services over the web. I'm talking about Mike Gazzola. Mike, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. It's always exciting to do these shows with you. And you know, we're always so fired up every time, you know, we talk about it, you know, hey, Mike, when are you going to come back on? And it's always so exciting to be able to share this stuff because, you know, this platform here, it's amazing. You know, people are driving to work. They're in their rut. They're trying to think of, you know, how to get some residual or some side income or replace their income. And it's always so much fun to talk about this stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're looking for additional income or dumping your 9-to-5, getting rid of that, or just a side hustle gig, whatever they call it these days, this could be for you. And it's not just Mike talking. Mike, you've taught so many people, and some of your students have really outdone the master, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. I mean, you know, I have one of my students that he started off as a student, and then he became one of my coaches, and now to this date, he's done millions on Amazon. So it's, you know, there's students that have done, you know, even better than me, right? Like, I mean, I've done over 8 figures online, but, you know, we're not talking about what I've done online, right? We're specifically talking about Amazon, which is the lowest hanging fruit. Best way for people to get started is literally, you know, it's just a process. And there's softwares that'll show you the hottest products, the most profitable products, the products that you can compete with. And then all the marketing, the logistics, the shipping, all those processes are just processes. It doesn't take, you know, a lot of guesswork and, you know, guessing and testing, which that's what marketing typically is. It's guessing and testing, right? Like any marketer out there, there's just no magic formula typically. But once you know that the product that it does sell well, there's low competition and has really good margins, the logistics of it, ordering, private labeling, all that stuff is just a process.
Right. It's just a process. And I guess the students you've had who've really succeeded, who've really knocked the ball out of the park, have mastered those systems better than the average student, I guess.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, you know, everyone's a student at all times, right? And we have this really cool app that our students can reach out to us on an app called Voxer. So within 24 hours, we always answer their Voxes, right? Like you call them Voxes, which it could be a text, it could be an audio message, a picture, a video, whatever. So I brought my director of operations here because, you know, she gets all these Voxers, and it's just been mind blowing, you know, the results that the students have had.
Right. I love following up with those questions and all the students. You really see the struggle that they deal with at first. But it's so nice to talk about it and help them get through, whether it's ungating or just scaling up. Some of them have done so amazing.
Right. Yeah. And so tell us some more amazing stories, Mike, because that's what you really want to hear. That's what you want to be. Otherwise, you're not going to bother doing this if you don't think you're going to be great at it.
Oh, yeah. And we've had people that have done multi 6 figures, right? But, you know, one really cool example was we had a student, and this was just, you know, last week. They had all but given up. So they weren't one of our students. They thought that they were just going to go about selling on Amazon, just, you know, watching a few YouTube videos and stuff like that, right? Where there's so much mishmash of information. There's so much wrong information. There's so much stuff that literally leads you down the wrong path. And they were all but ready to give up on Amazon. And all they needed, because they already had their product, and did they choose the right product? I would say no, but it was still making a margin, but it's not something I would have recommended. But because it didn't fit my criteria, right? Like, I don't tell people what they should sell or shouldn't sell. All I say is, does it meet the 3 criteria? Does it sell well? Is there low competition? And does it have good margins? Good margins, that's the eye of the beholder, right? Like, I might want 10 times my money. You might be okay with 4 times your money on a product, right? So that has to be somewhat flexible, but you got to have a lot of meat on that bone so you have room to grow, right? So if I see a product with 2-3 times margins, like, I'm not even considering it. But what was really cool was we had a student that was all ready to give up 100%. And all of a sudden they met me, and they were actually a listener of your show. And they came to me and said, hey, I've been trying this Amazon thing, just hasn't worked for me. And it was perfect timing, because last Wednesday, just for the inner circle, like, to show that this stuff works, me and one of the coaches, we took a watermelon slicer, right? Nothing great about a watermelon slicer.
I never knew there was such a thing. Like, why do you need one? I thought a watermelon slicer was called a knife, a big knife.
yeah.
And yet that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what you find on Amazon, and it's looking it up on Amazon now. I see it's a cool product because you cut it in sections. It knows how to cut them better than you can figure out on your own. Right.
And you never would think to sell this on Amazon. But the cool thing is we actually ranked that product live with the webinar, with the students live. And we promised them, was it a week?
Yeah, we said we'd do it in a week, that we'd have it on page one in a week.
And it was in 64 hours that it hit first page.
64 hours. So you outdid yourself, which is always a bad idea, because you're supposed to, well, I guess you under-promised and over-delivered, but still, everybody's now going to be expecting to be able to do it in 64 hours, and that's just not realistic, is it?
Well, and that's the truth, right? Like, I honestly, humbly, I could tell you, Carrie, but, I knew it was going to take, 3 days at the most, right? Like, I really knew that, but you don't want to tell people, oh, you're going to do it in 3 days, because that's ridiculous, right? And I knew, though, 100% that I could guarantee I would do it in a week, because you just got to know it's like almost an unfair advantage. Like, you wouldn't think that watermelon slicers get thousands of searches a month.
No,
so you kind of reverse engineer the process.
Do they really? They really get thousands of inquiries a month?
Yeah, and that's why you kind of reverse engineer it, right? Like, a lot of people, like, they're trying to think of the latest, greatest idea, right? That's ridiculous. What you do is you look for products people are already searching for. Then you figure out, does it have low competition? Then you figure out, does it sell well? And are the margins there, right? You kind of do it the reverse way. The way most people do it is they think that they have to have this great, brand new, special idea. And then how am I going to sell it? Like, I'm not interested in selling anything that doesn't already have amazing margins,
of course,
low competition. I'm not even considering it, right?
Why would you bother?
Why not start from that point?
Yeah. Why would you bother? I mean, that's such an important point. You make it over and over again, but look, you could sell something, but it's only got a 10% margin, and you're going to lose money on every sale. And then, what good is it? And then you could sell something that looks great to you, but nobody is able to sell it on there. They get minimal sales. So it's really a sifting out process. And I guess the people who've been the most successful are the ones who've gotten rid of the loser products and focused all of your energy on the winning products.
Yeah, because, every single product is not automatically going to be a winner, right? I mean, people think because sometimes when you want ideas, look around your own kitchen, ask friends, what are you ordering? Things like that, right? But why even do that when it's so easy just to literally leverage the software and, find out what are people searching for, right? Because that's what matters, is you want to know what people are searching for, not guessing and testing with products. Now, every single product is not going to be a home run. There's no such thing as a get rich quick or, easy money. Like, those things just don't work. So if you realize that, and you're systematic about it. And that's why me and Saru, like when I first started doing this, like it was me and then 2 people and then 3 people. Now we have 10 people, and Saru brought somebody on that one of our students. So every single person that works for Online Secrets was once a student. So nobody from the outside works for the company. And when they have results, they stand out, they're hard workers. Those are people that we want to deal with, right? And the students are the best way to get those kind of students and to get those kind of coaches that are going to help the rest of the inner circle, right? So now we have somebody that just works on product consult. So when you're thinking of a product that you want to sell, we have somebody that literally will go get on a Skype call with you, do some screen shares, and literally vet the products with you live in real time. Like, isn't that pretty cool?
That's amazing. Well, it definitely ups your odds of success because, as we know, most people who don't succeed on Amazon, it's because you've picked the wrong product, not so much other factors. But if you don't have a winning product, you're not going to turn a loser into a winner unless something amazing, miraculous happens. So
actually, Kerry, the way most people fail is that they don't have a process, right? Because I've seen some loser products that, if you do things the right way, that they still end up crushing it, right? Like there's been times where I'm like, I don't know about that product, but they're like, no, I really want to do it. I'm thinking, well, if it were me, I wouldn't do it. I'll give you a great example. Here's another great case study. So there was a guy's name's Justin, right? He comes on and he's telling, and I never share the actual products that the students sell because that's not fair to them, right? We don't want people just copying them. But I'll tell you the categories. I'm always open with the categories. And just a little tip, I like home and kitchen, pet supplies, outdoors, fitness, sports, like anything like that. Those are products I love. But so this guy comes to me with this home and kitchen item, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, I love home and kitchen, but I don't know about that thing. He ended up doing over 40,000 his very first month within 30 days.
Amazing.
I told him that you did better than me. And I'm supposed to be the teacher, right? But I'm always learning. And he just crushed it because the advantage he had was he was able to jump right in and just follow a process. When I started internet marketing 14 years ago, I didn't have a process, right? It's been 14 years of guessing and testing. And over 8 figures online alone, but that was, getting all the bumps and bruises and the arrows in my back along the way.
Yeah, well, there's no substitute for experience. And what about the second product? We got good success on people releasing their second products?
Yeah, that's what's really cool. So, another one he's now a coach. So he was a student also, and we brought him on as another coach because he was an expert. He sold over I think it's 8,000 or 9,000 in his first 6 months units, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, in your first 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And he ranked for over 30 different keywords all on page 1. So I was like, my God, you're amazing at this. So I brought him on as a coach just to focus on helping the students rank their products on page 1, right? And figuring out the right ad strategy, and not just how to run ads on Amazon, but figuring out how to leverage Facebook. It's really cool how you can make lookalike audiences. You can actually do vouchers, right? Where you can actually sell your product on Facebook, giving 50% off, 40% off, right? Just to get that sales velocity, just to spike that algorithm, right? And we ended up giving away I want to say it was 20, maybe 22 products, all in a day, right? All with vouchers. And what was cool is it ended up costing about $6 to sell, to get on page 1, right? Per product, right? So what was that? Maybe $120. I don't have the actual numbers in front of me. I'm giving you rough examples, but I know for a fact we spent about $6 per. And what was so cool about that is then you're on page 1 now, right? And not only that, but by giving away all those products and, standing behind it, having good quality, and Amazon already has really good customer service, but implementing a follow-up series, right? Saru crafted a really good follow-up series that we actually hit the customer when they order, when it ships. Then we follow up to make sure that they had a good experience, right? So what that does is that gets you the reviews you need. But believe it or not, I mean, products that I've seen with less than 10 reviews are doing 40, 50,000 a month, right? So people think reviews are the almighty, and they are. Bad reviews are, but having a bunch of good reviews, of course it helps, but that's not the end all be all. It's all about the marketing, the sales velocity, the right keywords. And, you know, I know that back in the day, like whenever I first started, it was all about finding the right product, right? That's what I was so focused on. But what I realized is there's no such thing as the right product or the perfect product. It's about just following the steps and making sure that it meets the criteria, and then following the process from the time it's manufactured to the time it hits Amazon's doorstep, and then the entire marketing that goes along with it, because you need to start marketing the day. It's called launch day. We have a 12-point checklist of what you need to do on launch day. And that's much different than when we were in China together and you came out and you know, you started this whole thing. It's like now we have a specific process on day one.
Totally different, and sounds much more effective and focused. And look, you really, if you're looking for a side hustle, if you're looking for additional income, or you're looking for a business that will eventually supplant your day job, this is where you got to go. I mean, this is the future. Like you always say, Mike, Amazon is barely at 10% of what it's going to be in the future. It's roughly got less than 10% of the retail sales in the country take place through Amazon, through online portals. So this is really where you got to go. Mike, where's the best place to find all this?
Yeah, so if you want to just check out some really cool free training videos, I have all kinds of content that shows you everything from finding the right product to just getting yourself started, right? If you want to join the inner circle, you want to apply to join us and be one of the over 1,000 people that I've trained, just go to onlinesecrets.net.
All right, just go there and you can get started right away. No wait, no money, no pay. All you got to do is stick in your first name, your email address, and you start training immediately and hopefully starting an incredible new journey in your life. Mike, it's always great to talk to you. We'll be doing this again real soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. And, you know, there's always brand new content, really cool things to share. So I love doing it with you. And, you know, the feedback that we've gotten from the audience has just been amazing. So I can't wait to do this again with you, Carrie.
All right, Mike, we'll do this again. Thanks.
FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.